Hey everybody, this is Keith here of Euphoria Pictures. Welcome back to my channel. So I've decided I picked up a lot of things in the last couple of weeks, and instead of kind of putting them all into one video, I decided, you know what, I'm just going to do a 4K video and just show you my recent 4K pickups instead of trying to fit it all into one video because it'd go on for far too long. So yeah, so this video is just going to be dedicated to the 4K editions that I've gotten in the last week or two. So there's only a couple, not too many. It's going to be a fairly short video. So let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it. So the first film I picked up was The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. I have to admit, I was pleasantly surprised by this movie. I actually enjoyed it. I heard terrible things about it. And yeah, I wasn't quite sure what to make of it. I do love the first two Conjuring movies. I did hear really bad things. Well, not really bad things, but just a lot of negative things about this movie. And yeah, to be honest, I don't really understand why people didn't like it that much. I thought it was bold of them to try something new. This film feels like a bit more of a kind of a detective movie than anything. And I don't know, I heard a lot of people saying, even some of my brothers were there saying they just wanted it to go back to the old haunted house, you know, routine. And I was like, why do you want them to keep making the same movie over and over and over again? But no, I thought this was a new step, something different. I enjoyed it. Yeah, granted, it didn't have the kind of scares that the first two had. It was a bit lacking, but I kind of figured that was always going to happen when James Wan wasn't involved with it. And the person they got in to direct this actually directed the Curse of Lilora, or whatever that one was called. It was the worst film in the Conjuring universe as well. And for some strange reason, they got the same director that done that movie in to do this, which I don't fully understand why. You know, you should get someone that knows what they're doing when it comes to these movies, especially if you're doing a Conjuring film. Yeah, so it is a real kind of detective movie. There's no haunted house thing. I have to admit, there's an exorcism at the start of this movie that's absolutely phenomenal. It really is. The way it's done, the way it's shot looks absolutely fantastic. And I enjoyed this movie. The transfer on it is beautiful, no question about it. I'm just going to check. It does have Dolby Atmos on it. And I think, it doesn't say anything about Dolby Vision. No, it doesn't have Dolby Vision. Actually, as far as I remember, it doesn't. But the transfer looks absolutely beautiful, as you would expect with a newer movie. You know, it's not gonna kind of like break the ground when it comes to new 4K movies. It looks great. It is a 2K DI, not a native 4K, but it still looks quite beautiful. The colours are amazing on it as well. So yeah, Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. Good movie. Really enjoyed it. Right, this is a real, well, not a surprise. Everyone kept going on about it. Nobody. This film, I don't even have to tell you about this movie. It's John Wick. It's the exact same thing. Just the exact same, and I can understand why there is a rumour going around that they're going to kind of link John Wick into these movies, and when you see this movie you will completely understand why. It really does feel like it's in the same universe as John Wick, even though I have to admit John Wick would kick the ass of this fella, no question about it, but he is absolutely brilliant in it. Such a fun movie, very funny in places as well. Yeah, like I said, he wouldn't be near as talented as John Wick, but he does have some gifts as well. The 4K transfer in this, now this is a letdown. This film was a letdown on 4K. Now it's a very grainy looking movie, which is fine, that's grand, but the grain is very inconsistent. Very inconsistent in this movie, which is very distracting to watch. Yes, overly grainy at times, which can be a bit distracting as well. But I think the film, it's designed to look that way. It's meant to have this grimy look to it, which is kind of strange because, you know, if this film is kind of in the same universe as John Wick, when you watch the John Wick movies, John Wick picture quality is absolutely pristine. There is little to no grain. It just looks absolutely beautiful. This film was, yeah, it was a very grainy, very inconsistent grain. The colours were a bit kind of lifeless as well. There wasn't a whole lot to it. Does it have Dolby Vision? I don't think it has Dolby Vision. I think it's just HDR. But yeah, it is what it is. You know, it's and this is a 4K DI as well, which is even more disappointing. It does have a Dolby Atmos soundtrack on it, and even that was okay. It wasn't mind blown. It was kind of lacking a little bass, if I'm being totally honest. So yeah, I was a bit disappointed with the transfer and the audio on this. So the thing is with this movie, if you're on the fence of buying it, And going by the picture quality, you'd probably be better off getting the Blu-ray because there's not a whole lot of a difference. And I think the Blu-ray itself comes with Dolby Atmos as well. So yeah, I definitely would recommend picking this up on Blu-ray if you're actually on the fence of which one to buy. So a bit of a shame about the picture, but the movie is absolutely fantastic and definitely worth checking out. Right, up next, I was waiting a long time for this to come. We have got the Shawshank Redemption. Now, the first thing I will say about this is there was a steelbook version of this. Actually, there was steelbook versions of all these movies that I've shown. The Devil Made Me Do It had a HMV exclusive that I didn't actually know about, so I don't even have HMV over here anyway, so it doesn't matter. Nobody did have a steelbook from Zavvi. It was nearly €40. You can go shove that right up your ass. And Shawshank Redemption had a steelbook as well, and I'm not going to lie, it was one of the worst looking steelbooks I've ever seen. So yeah, so I just avoided the steelbook of Shawshank, and I picked up this version of it. And it has a nice kind of gloss feeling to the slipcover on this as well, which is quite nice. But we watched this the other night. I actually said to my fiance, I was kind of going, you know, I don't know, does Shawshank really lend well to 4K? And yes, it can. It does. I was so wrong. I wasn't expecting much of the picture quality in this, but I have to tell you, folks, this is a special disc. It looks extraordinary. It just never lets off when it comes to the picture. It's never soft. It's never once. You know, it's weird when you kind of watch 4K movies, especially kind of older movies. I know this is an early 90s movie, but you know, when you watch, you knock them on for older movies and the credits are still coming up and the picture is still a bit soft, and you're kind of waiting for the credits to go by to see what the picture is actually going to properly look like. Well, on this one, even when the credits were coming up, the picture still looked absolutely extraordinary, and we knew we were getting something absolutely amazing. I think this does have Dolby Vision. I can't remember if it does or not. I think it does. I might be wrong there, but it definitely has HDR, of course. And it doesn't have Dolby Atmos. It's got DTS 5.1, but the audio is fantastic on this. We didn't need Atmos for the Shawshank Redemption, let's face it. You're not going to get any kind of high channel activity, even if there was an Atmos soundtrack on it. But if you're a fan of this movie, get this on 4K. It was like watching it for the first time again. That's how beautiful this film looked on 4K. Absolutely extraordinary. The colours were so bold and vibrant, it looked extraordinary. The black levels were inky black. It looked extraordinary. It never I think there was one scene I can think of when the black levels looked just a little bit greyed out. And it was only a momentary thing. It just flew by. I think it was like around maybe 5 seconds long, and then it was gone. And it is an absolute solid picture. And what a fantastic movie as well, no question about it. Shawshank Redemption. Again, pick it up on 4K. Phenomenal. Right, so the last thing I got this week, I was waiting to get this for a while now, and thankfully I got it. I've got the Jack Ryan collection. Now, I've watched 3 of them so far. I watched The Hunt for Red October, Patriot Game, and I watched The Sum of All Fears. Yeah, so I kind of skipped Clear and Present Danger, but I am going to go back to it. I love The Sum of All Fears. It's my favourite Jack Ryan movie, believe it or not. And I was just dying to see it, so I just kind of skipped Clear and Present Danger till just so I can see it. So the one thing I will say about these movies, right, on 4K, they all support Dolby Vision as well. I will say that first and foremost. And they all have DTS 5.1 audio, so none of them have Dolby Atmos, which is a bit of a shame. But the reason why I was kind of hesitant buying this box set is it kind of reminded me of when the James Bond movies came out. It seemed to be rushed out. It seemed like it was. Now, I'm probably wrong, but it looked like it was being rushed out. And then when the people went out and got the James Bond movies, everyone was complaining about how the picture quality looked on them. And yeah, I didn't really want to go near this because I don't know why I got that kind of Bond feel off them. And so I waited till I got them at a good price. So it finally went down to around £45. So then I snapped them up. And I have to admit, folks, that the picture quality on all 5... Well, actually, on the 3 that I've watched, sorry. The 3 that I watched look absolutely fantastic. No question about it. It is a night and day difference over the Blu-rays. No doubt about it. Now, having said that, is it going to be what you call a 4K showcase? No, it's definitely not. You're never going to bring your friends into your house and go, oh, here, check this out. Hunt for Red October and blow their socks off. It's not like that. They do look amazing though. They really, really do. But the 3 releases that I've watched so far, the palettes are very, very dark in them. The HDR and the Dolby Vision, the palettes are a lot darker than they used to be, which is fine. I don't mind that. But on the Hunt for Red October, they are very, very dark. It's a very dark picture, and it's never going to blow anyone away especially when you watch the Hunt for Red October, which is an unbelievable movie, by the way. But the picture quality is fantastic. The sound is just unbelievable on them as well. Is it DTS? It might be True Dolby 5.1 actually. Now that I think of it, it doesn't say on the box. I'm just trying to see. It could be True Dolby 5.1. Yes, it is. It's actually True Dolby 5.1. And the audio, like I was saying Atmos wasn't on it, but I tell you, it still sounds absolutely amazing. Particularly the Hunt for Red October, unbelievable, bombastic at times. And yeah, a nice, actually a fantastic upgrade over the Blu-rays. But just don't expect this kind of like, you know, Godzilla vs. Kong kind of transfers. You're not going to get that. Out of the 3 that I have watched, I still think the Hunt for Red October is probably the best looking disc. But again, it's only marginal. But I was told that Jack Ryan, the last one, naturally probably is the best looking one because it's the more newer of the 5 of them. But I am very happy that I did pick up this box set. Some great movies in there as well. So yeah, if you can get this for around £45, I definitely think it's worth the upgrade. No question about it over the Blu-rays. So please do check it out. So that is it, folks. That is my 4K pickups that I got in the last week. So as per usual, if you did like this video, please do give us a thumbs up. And if you could leave a comment down below and let me know your thoughts on some of these movies. And yeah, I hope to see you all again real soon with my next video. So take care, folks out there. Stay safe. Bye bye.